We are accompanied here as honor guest, the ambassador of the Palestinian state, to which we hug and we give eternal solidarity for the cause of the fight of Palestine, which is the cause of the humanity for the freedom and the dignity. We also have here today the Honorable Sir Alice Nitri, Vice Minister of Public Politics of the State of Palestine, to which we salute with a hug. I want to leave the right of words, so he gives some reflections to the lawyer Juan Carlos Tanus, who is a spokesperson of the Colombian community in the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. Thank you. Good afternoon. I move to the side not to have my back on you. I want to greet the directive, dear Jorge, Dr. Jorge Rodriguez, the President of the Assembly, and also the first Vice President, America Perez, and also Pedro Infante, the Deputy, and the Deputy Luis Martinez, and the young Deputy Nicolás Maduro Guerra. In a day like today, it is a day very special one. It is October the 8th, and we recognize it because each day in the calendar we have lived the tragic story of a people that is in war, like the Colombian people. Experiences like the one that was lived in the year 2023 in Magdalena with the massacre number 70. In the year 2023, October the 8th, that same year, but that same date, but in the year 2024, we lived 3 massacres in all of the Colombian region, in the north of Santander, in the south, and fundamentally in Santander of the south. Which means that we have, from the Colombian experience, 365 days lived in the development of a conflict that, after the assassination of Jorge Luis, hasn't stopped. Experiences that are lived with communities because the number of victims are over the 9 million men and women. Outside with me, we are 50,000 recognized as victims, but we are over 400,000 the refugees who receive international protection. The experience of myself shows us the condition of being deployed by the Colombian conflict, a refugee. Thank you to the kindness of the Venezuelan people from the year 2004. And benefited of a process of visibilization that is only possible in a people that talks about a structural peace like the Venezuelan people do. That degree of visibilization recognize the absence of a public politics for the population that has migrated in the Fourth Republic, and that is why it visibilizes all of us who live in uncertainty of migration before the arrival of Hugo Chavez to power. The world today lives an exercise that has been very long of wars. Today we are facing the genocide of Israel towards the Palestinian people. Today we live war in Sudan, in Syria. Some are closer, like the conflict of a social order developed and administered by the United States in Haiti and in the Colombian people, with an emphasis, of course, in the brave people. They take on the decision of facing us, the refugees and the political persecuted of Colombia. We have to say that this exercise of peace has to continue, but also it has to be precise to deepen in our communities a dynamic of international order that allows us that this could be moved not only to the 25 countries that are here today, but also around the 60 communities of other countries that have a life in the Venezuelan territory, in essence, for this National Council to be a very permanent exercise. Colombian men and women who live thankful of the exercise in which we have learned from a conduction that is peaceful, of a development in harmony, and even in the participation in politics of Venezuela. That's 64 constitutional, that establishes the participation of foreigners in Venezuelan territory, and that makes us very happy because that's where a scenery starts in the search and construction of a peace that wasn't possible in a geographical place like Colombia, where we left deployed looking for international protection. That means then that we recognize to our brothers of Venezuela the interest of continue to forge a peace, not only in the Venezuelan geographic state, but also with sister Colombia, Caribbean, and with the rest of the countries of the world. That is why we taking these minutes. I want to have 3 real proposals that could enter into consideration. The first one, to recognize the true vocation of peace of the Venezuelan people because of the power in which they have faced the U.S. empire. And that strength is only owned by a people who is aware of an enemy, but also that has the strength to continue generating processes to look for exits negotiated and politics to the conflicts, national and international conflicts. The second is that, taking into consideration the Colombian case, dear Jorge, and the efforts that have been done from the government of President Petro today, there's 11 initiatives of national dialogue in Colombia, 7 of political dialogue with some insurrectional structures, and 4 social judicial dialogues with other criminal structures in Colombia. And this council is to habilitate itself to offer to the process and negotiation in Colombia, so it moves forward, taking into consideration that we are very short in the termination of the Petro's presidency. We have 10 months. So the Venezuelan experience will be very important, not only in the political terms, because it's not only positioned in the peaceful terms, but it also has an inclusive model of the Venezuelan people that is very important to consider after the Mexican process and what comes to Colombia, or is coming to Colombia in 2026. The third initiative is that this National Council for Sovereignty and Peace, with these brothers and these countries that are brothers and live together in the Venezuelan soil, to work in a more permanent way, at least once every 90 days, to work exercises that have to do with the vocation of peace, but also to propose to the world the experiences that from Venezuela have been done for the rest of humanity. Thank you.